What's going on, everybody? It's Jay Coffee Talk back again with another video for you guys. Take that quick moment for me and subscribe to the channel. What's going on, everybody? It's Jay Coffee Talk back again with another video for you guys. How's everyone doing? Take a quick moment and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. It only takes you a second and it helps my channel grow as I bring you guys the latest in sports, music, news, and much, much more. But check it out. Got an NFL blog for you guys today. And all you NFL fans, I got lots of NFL stuff coming all season long. And we're talking about the Bills versus the Dolphins tomorrow. And if you're like me and you came up, in the 90s, I'm in my 30s. Squish the Fish, Bills versus Dolphins was an elite matchup, very competitive. Everyone was talking about it. We saw some primetime games. They're divisional rivals, so we used to play the Dolphins twice a year. And I believe in our last Super Bowl appearance of the four, we beat the Dolphins in the AFC Championship. Kelly versus Marino, those were the days for Bills fans, Dolphins fans. This rivalry is not that much nowadays, but back then it was crazy. We loved it. If you remember when the tides started to turn for Buffalo in the late 80s, we beat the Dolphins. The goalpost came down and everything like that. It was great. It was electric back then to watch those games. As I said, it's kind of faded away. It hasn't meant that much over the years recently. Although for us Bills fans, when we ended the drought a couple years back, the win, at the end of the season, mixed with the Ravens losing to the Bengals with Dalton, throwing that crazy touchdown pass, we beat the Dolphins, and it was great. It was Kyle Williams got the touchdown, who's a veteran leader for our team who is retiring. He came in at fullback and got a touchdown, and it was amazing. But other than that, it hasn't been very memorable Bills versus Dolphins matchups anywhere close like it was, back in the late 80s, early 90s. But anyways, let's talk about what's going on now. If you guys don't know, and you can't tell by that, opening I just gave, I'm a die-hard Buffalo Bills fans. And, plain and simple, I say we win this game easily. And on paper, that's not hard to determine. We got an outstanding defense. Our offense is good but needs some work, which I am confident in. I think Josh Allen will continue to progress. I think he's just, it's only his second season, and I think sometimes he gets in his head a little bit too much, gets a little nervous and overthinks things. He's got a lot he's trying to do, and people are very critical of him, but I think he's doing outstanding now. As I said, on paper, we should run through the Dolphins as they're having a horrible season. Tanking is what I and a lot of other people say, but according to the NFL competition committee, they say they do not, after their investigation or review or whatever you want to call it, they find no signs of tanking. But I don't know. I guess we're, looking at it differently. But what's going on here is a lot of Bills fans, podcasts and everything I've listened to and stuff going on Twitter, just a lot of Bills fans are nervous and feel like this is a trap game and feel, they're remembering 2008 and 2011 where we started out 5-1 in 08 and then, in 08 and then we got swept by the division and finished out 7-9, and it was ugly. And then in 2011, we started out either 3-0 or 4-0, and we actually even beat the Patriots, and we shit the bed that season as well. But fans are just remembering that and getting nervous, like it's too good to believe that we're going to continue to have success the way we have had so far this season. It's said that see this as, like I said, a trap game, but I just don't see it that way. I think we continue to do what we've been doing and win games, being really dominant defensively, and I would look for our offense to put this game away. That's kind of the problem we've had, that our defense has either kept us in games or ultimately been the difference in games and our offense kind of underperforms and stutters out and has some hiccups and stuff like that with turnovers. But I just don't think that that is going to happen this game. I see that we win this game decisively. At the most, I see Miami putting 10 points on the board. Call me crazy, call me not crazy. I don't know, whatever you guys feel about it, though. I would like you guys to sound off in that comment section. For everyone who is new to my channel, the comment thread is very, very important. I interact in the comments regularly, and that's what this channel is all about. But I just think you guys are getting really nervous for nothing. I know it's hard to get those seasons out of your head, as it was for me too. They were heartbreaking. It was just crazy the way we could start off like that and finish out like shit. But I just don't see that happening this season at all. Now, to get into some things that to check out in this game that are going to be interesting for us Bills. Croft, our tight end, who was a big addition to the team. We all wanted to see him play, who's been hurt, looks to be making his debut as a Buffalo Bill. Devin Singletary, running back, who we, played phenomenal through week 1 and 2. And I think right now has like the all-time yards per carry, like the highest in all time in the NFL. Is he only has like 10 or 11 carries or something like that, and he ripped off some big gains. And we used him in week 1 and 2, and then he's been out with the injury, but we kind of used him in the second half, kept him kind of fresh, and I think we'll do the same thing this game, that we'll see Frank Gore out there doing what he does, grounding and pounding and adding more yards, and moving up on the all-time rusher list. And then late in the game, we'll have Singletary come in like Mariano Rivera as our closer, Also, Ryan Fitzpatrick, who us Bills fans all know all too well, is getting the start, as a lot of people thought this was going to be the battle of the Joshes, Josh Allen versus Josh Rosen. And, a lot of people hate Josh Allen. A lot of Josh Allen haters out there who just don't want to give this guy any credit. And, a lot of fans were looking forward to see this game to show that, he was the elite Josh, the better of the Joshes. And I think it's, a shame that we don't get the battle of the Joshes. But, Fitzpatrick playing also has people a little nervous as well, because if you guys don't know, Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is a good journeyman quarterback, but not necessarily a starter. I've talked about him in many videos dating back. It's like crazy. It's a roller coaster having Fitzpatrick as your quarterback, because what he does is he comes in, he lights it up, then wins you some games. He adds a spark. He goes out there. He plays, with a lot of heart, toughness. And, then he chokes at the most inopportune times and throws those interceptions that just break your heart. And he just has a problem with being consistent. And I actually did a video in the offseason when it was announced that the Dolphins signed Fitzpatrick, talking about how in Tampa, Fitzpatrick was tearing it up, and it was like, hey, did Fitz finally get over his shortcomings, and he's ready to just, to really be a starter? And did the Buccaneers bench him too early? And there was a fan, I hope that he taps in this comment section in this video, who felt like Fitz had turned the tide and they benched him prematurely. I don't know, but if Fitz could ever overcome the downside of his game, it would really be, he would be a hell of a quarterback. A lot of Buffalo Bills fans feel like that 2011 season, Fitz broke his ribs in a game in Canada, in Toronto, versus the Redskins. And had that not happened, as Fitz was having much success with that Chan Gailey offense, but it felt like after that hit he took from London Fletcher, those passes just started hanging really funny, and I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. We don't want to keep looking back on that, but the point is that I don't think that Fitzpatrick is going to come in and light it up against us tomorrow. In the few games since he's left Buffalo that he's played against us, he has played pretty well, except for that game with the Jets, where, all they needed was that win against us to close out the season, and we shut Fitz down and, he threw 3 picks, and we spoiled their playoff chances. I'm not nervous about Fitz. I don't tomorrow. I think Fitzmagic has kind of came and went, so that doesn't really have me nervous at all. But I just see a lot of fans are just scared between, that Fitz could come in and play one of those good Fitz games, and the, fact of those seasons where we shit the bed that we might come up short tomorrow. But I just don't see it that way. I think we're going to tear it up, roll through these guys easy. I mean, they're 31st and 32nd in offense and defense. I forget which is which, like if 31st is offense or defense, but they're last and second last in both categories, and that's not going to cut it against us, Buffalo Bills. So, we're going to win. Go Bills, Bills Mafia. This is going to be an easy one for us. Don't worry, guys. No trap game here. I'm predicting that John Brown, who is my favorite addition to the team and favorite Buffalo Bill this season, has an especially outstanding game tomorrow, as I'm hearing his groin injury is good. He's good to go. So I'm looking for John Brown to tear it up. And, Frank Gore to eclipse 100 yards, and then Singletary to come in and close out the game in that Mariano Rivera position and, help us run the clock out. You guys get in the comments. Let me know all your thoughts on everything that I touched on. As I said, very anxious to hear from everyone. I hope that I didn't make this video too late and Bills fans get to hear this game, as it'll be less than 24 hours before the game happens. So I hope you guys all catch my video before it's game time. Thank you for tuning in. As I said in the beginning, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. I cover sports, music, news, life, current events, and much, much more. And for all you NFL fans, NFL content coming all season long. It's Jay Coffee Talk signing out. You guys have a great day. I'm out of here. Peace.